Hey guys, welcome back to Gans Homesteading. I know it's been a while. We moved and I've been in a boot for a while. I'm finally out and we are here to show you our new farm. We have added several animals to our farm this year. We've added some more ducks, we've added some geese, some turkeys, and our newest is some baby calves. So right now we're going to show you the chicken coop that we just changed out. So this is our new chicken coop, and it is much bigger than the last one. It was already here when we moved here. We are going to redo it at some point because we want to put some vents in here. We're probably going to do another solar panel fan like we did at the last one. We do still have to add some nesting boxes. For now, they lay their eggs on our porch in flower pots actually, or they just make a little nest in the ground. Usually the ducks will make a nest and then the chickens will just lay in it. So we do have, you know, plenty of roosting. We've got this bar across the top here to add some extra roosting that we can also take out. And then they roost up on these ledges up here. They seem to be much happier here. They have a bigger home and more land. We do the deep litter method, so we've got pine shavings and straw, and over time we will just add more on top, and then we just use it for gardening. We are going to close them in. We don't have anything started yet. Right now they're roaming about 2 acres. But we're going to close in from the coop here. We're going to go straight over, and then this whole area and straight back from the coop we're going to put in their pool, which is going to be dug into the ground back there in the shade for the ducks. And we're going to give them a nice big area, but we've been focusing on the goats. When we got here, the field was only sorry, I'm ducking under a tree. The field was only barbed wire for the goats, so we had to go in and do fencing for the goats and the sheep because everybody knows they're escape artists. So barbed wire doesn't cut it. So we had to do the 5 acres. So we've, you know, been busy since we've been here. So we're gonna go ahead. So we've got from the corner straight across here, goes all the way out, all the way up to the road and back. They do have a small pond out there. We are going to have to see if I can zoom in. We are going to have to dig it out a little more. We have an escape artist right here. He does this every day, twice a day. But we are going to redig out their pond. For now, they do have their normal water source that we had at the other place out there. But right now, we'll get out there here in a minute. But right now, we're working on cleaning out our duck pond. We used to have to do this about twice a week. But if you put dehydrated lime in it, you actually don't have to do it as much. This has been about 2 weeks and it was really not bad at all. So we just add dehydrated lime, and then they have another water source, this 5-gallon bucket, or not 5-gallon, this 20-gallon trash can. And then we have some water sources up by the house as well. We have some 5-gallon buckets that we use to help refill some sources. And then we've got a bucket under the porch to give them some shade. They hang out under the porch. See if I can zoom in. There we go. So, and then we just catch some water when it rains as well. We do still have most of our chickens from when we moved. We did lose some of them, you know, the shock of the change. We lost some, so we're down to 42. Full grown, and then we have some babies that we've hatched out this year. We haven't had a good year, like they're hatching, but I guess it's just too hot and too dry when we're adding them outside, so they're not making it. So we actually still have 2 chicks inside. And then as you can see, the ducks are loving their cleaned out coop. So we're going to pause here and we'll come back in a second. All right, so we're back and we got this clean. Took, you know, about 2 minutes. We're gonna clean off these bricks, get them back in so they have a step, and then we'll get it filled up, and then we'll do their water. They still have plenty of water to get us until this pool fills up. And then we're gonna head on down to the goats. All right, so down here at the goats, I'm trying to stick to the shade so we can see. But down here at the goats, it's only about 300 feet from our back porch, which you can see our back porch. But they are super happy. Our last land had like no trees in the field for them, so they were in sunlight 24/7. They just didn't really have any of the brush. They just had grass. They didn't have anything they liked. They have been so happy here. It's been awesome. So we're gonna go and kind of show a little bit and kind of get this baby back in. So we'll start with trying to get him back in. If we can get it open secretly so Sealy doesn't hear us or come, we'll be good. So they have, which of course they're picky, and for some reason they're not loving this hay right here. So we've got more, but they have about all this. There's another house back behind us, but there is a fence just before it. But they have all these trees. Look at all this shade. We're gonna put a barn right here in this big open space here. They've got a hill that goes down into a creek. It's a wet water creek, which here's that kid's mama right here. This is Penny. So since we've last been on here, we have sold a lot of our goats. We sold Snow and her kid. We sold one of Penny's because Penny had twins. This is her other one. We sold the doe, which he's for sale if anybody's interested. He is the Saanen mixed with the, I'm going to say she's Pygmy Nigerian Dwarf mix. He's a cutie. And then we have one more buck for sale, and he takes after his daddy, Sealy. We've also sold Blue and her boy, her little black and white boy. Here's some more of their land. And they've got this nice little trail for me to follow. So, oh, there's a... Oh, I didn't know that there was a crane in our pond down here. So the rest of our goats are kind of hiding somewhere in these trees here. But they've got a pond just right there. And then they've got that fallen tree. We were going to remove it. Oh, there they are. We were going to remove it, but they love sleeping on it and playing on it. And here's our boys and girls. We did shave, well, shear. We didn't shave. We sheared Pearl, but we had to do it by hand. Took a long time. So, but this white male right here, he's for sale. He takes up after his daddy, Sealy here. Of course, he's not for sale. I gotta beat them to the gate. Oh, it closed on its own. I guess the wind closed it. But before they realize it's open, let's get on down here. They noticed. So we have some escapees trying to get the little man in here, but they'll be easy to get in. It's just Sealy and Mama and Blue. So this is, I mean, it's not like they're too close to the road or anything, but we'll get them in real quick. All right, 2 in, 2 more to go. Blue's more skittish than Mama, who we think is pregnant again. She's still in milk because she's got a kid that's still keeping her fresh, because she's about the only one we can milk, although we haven't milked since we've moved here. So I'm going to go ahead and hit pause and get these 2 in, and then we'll come back to our video. Alright, so it's a little loud because we brought our van down here to give them some alfalfa, and they love it. They are definitely spoiled. And here's the last pile. But there's our sheep that we sheared by hand. She had, at least 40 pounds of wool on her. We did it all by hand. She's looking good now, though. Her legs are still pretty bad. We need to shave those. But this little boy right here is for sale. He takes after his daddy on the Saanen side, but he's short like his mommy, who is this girl right here, Mama. We're still trying to get her in. So all we have left doe-wise, which we're keeping, is Blue here, and then Mama, which is the one we just put in, and then Penny. And then our 2 boys, Sealy and Jack, and then we eventually would like to get rid of these 2 boys. And we'll be cross fencing so we can add our cows and stuff out here and get everybody segregated and separated. I know most people keep their boys and their girls separated. I know, I get it. We're getting there. But eventually, we'll have everybody separated. We have plenty of land. We'd like to cross fence it right there at the corner all the way back, and then separate it even more and put boys on one side, girls on the other, and then put the cows out there. And then we're gonna add a gate over in that area so we can access it easier, because we keep their feed in the garage up here. And first thing in the morning when we do feed, we don't feed them grain every day right now, but first thing in the morning when you gotta feed everybody else, the last thing I want to do is walk this far. But we're going to add that gate so that way we can get to it closer. And it's just better because they get out down by the creek, and so we have to go patch that spot a lot. So we can get in there easier and quicker if we put a gate down there. And of course it'll just help once we cross fence. But like I said, we're gonna put a barn out on both sides. We'll have one on both sides, so that way, when we're cross fenced and everything, everybody has covering for the winter. I know we're cutting it close, but we're in Arkansas. It's not going to hit winter until January. We still have some months. And we do most of our work on the weekends too, so that kind of puts us behind. We had a really big drought, and then it rained the last 2 weekends. So that was good, but it also kept us from doing anything. And it's supposed to rain like this whole next week, so we'll see what happens there. So we're going to pause and we'll move on to the cows. All right, so here we are with our calves. We do keep them by the house. We've got this cute little pen set up, so that way we can really monitor them, because they are pretty young and they're on the bottle, and it's just easier and convenient. We can also keep a fan on them. You can see the fan right there. We can also feed them through the fence here on the porch. We got this little lean-to put up, and so right now what we're going to do is we're going to get in here and clean all this out, add some shavings and some straw. We are eventually going to get bigger food and water bowls, but right now Coco right here, Coco, she's the only one that's really on food. Hi Coco. She's on feed and hay, but she still takes a bottle. She's about 4 weeks old. And then we've got Susie Q over here. She's about 3 weeks old. She's still a little upset about the move. You know, it was a long drive, but she is doing great. They both are. And so this really cool couple, her name is Jaslyn, and her husband sell calves that are anywhere from 1 week old to, they even have a yearling right now. But they have this awesome setup where they get dairy cows and Angus calves. They have Holsteins, Jerseys, Angus, I don't know how to say it, Hereford. What else did they have? Something else, Angus. They have an awesome selection. They have a great price. They're great people. They also guarantee their cows, you know, for 24 hours. And they take amazing care of their cattle. They get new calves in every week. They do have great prices. These were $200 a piece, which is not bad. I've seen people go way higher. They've got their yearling was $650. Their 4-month-old was $450. So they've got just some great prices, and especially for those that are looking for calves and for bottle babies to start their farm. Like I said, they've got Angus, so they've got beef and dairy cattle available. They're great people. They work with Children's Hospital, Arkansas Children's Hospital. They do fundraisers and they like to donate. They do raffles where, you know, you buy raffles and you can win whatever they have available. Their heart is in the right place. They're awesome people. We can get you hooked up with them if you're in the looking for any kind of dairy or beef cattle. I'm sure we can get you linked up if you just want to mention our name. Say, hey, we heard it from the Gantz Homesteading, or Ivy and Dakota, just however you want to say it. We will put their information in the comments, or you can reach out to us and we can get you hooked up with them. Like I said, they're awesome people. They've been doing this for a long time. Her mom did it and her grandma did it, and so they've just kind of taken it on. They're down to earth. They're not in it to rip you off. They're in it. They will answer all your questions that you have about feeding and vets, and they're just awesome people. The Children's Hospital, you know, that's just awesome that a farm, you know, does fundraising for the Children's Hospital. I know it's special and dear to their heart. They do have a little girl that's autistic. She is just the cutest thing ever. And, you know, they've had previous family members that have been in there, and Children's Hospital has done them, you know, very well. So they like to give back to them. So just, you know, reach out and let us know how we can help y'all get some calves or get you hooked up or just anything, because they are just awesome people. So we're going to pause for now. I'm going to go ahead and we're cleaning it all up. And Miss Coco, she's like, no, I want my hay now. We've got her looking at eating some hay. She's like, no, I don't want to move. So we're gonna finish doing this, and we'll get back and show you once we've got it full, and then we'll show you our garden and some other things we have going on our farm so far. They don't like to miss out. We came up to the front, and so they came. I did forget to mention we did get some guineas. We got some lavender guineas. We got 2 right there. Forgot all about that, but this is a nice shot to be able to see our chickens. We got some newer breeds from the last time. We've got some chicks. We got a new duck. This Khaki Campbell back here, she just kind of adopted our flock. And then she had a baby. Hatched out a baby. Oh. They know where their feet is. Can you tell? Oh, there we go. I knew I heard some more coming. think I still hear yet again another one. Oh, there's our little goose. Oh, there's our other duck right there. She is. We hatched her out. Her mama is the Khaki Campbell. Let's see if I can't see on my screen if I'm getting her. There we go. Her mama's a Khaki Campbell and her daddy's an Indian Runner, and she is beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Firstborn, she looked just like a Khaki Campbell. It was obvious, but then as her feathers are growing in, she's got some gray coming in and some lighter colors coming in. I don't know if she's a male or female yet. She's just a couple of months old, but just thought I'd add that in since we forgot to show our guineas earlier anyway. We would like to add some more turkeys. We would eventually like to, do full homesteading where we actually, what's the right term? Process our turkeys and chickens, but we just haven't got that far yet. We've already been looking at what we need to do it and where we're going to put it. And we do plan on, since we've got our dairy cows, we're also going to get some beef cows, and get into that. We want to be as self-sufficient as we can. We also have some solar panels coming. We just got that set up yesterday, so I'm excited about that, to have some solar panels. That'll really help us out in the long run. We also have a well. It's been closed up, but we're going to open it back up right here in the back. So then we'll have a well as well. Because we do go through quite a bit of water, we try to keep everybody's water fresh. Another reason why we have the calves up front is because we can put their water directly under the spout and give them fresh water every day or twice a day, just however often, we feel the need. I do know that, yes, we need bigger, food bowl, water bowl. Yes, we're working there. Like I said, we just got these guys yesterday. But they're doing great. Even after a long drive, they were a little tired the first day, but they're really perked up. They've got good energy. They're all healthy, and that's just awesome, because we have been looking at getting some cows. We've tried looking for Jerseys and Holsteins and Angus, just kind of getting a feel, and most people sell for quite a bit of money. I understand why. I know farming is expensive and I know there's bills to pay, but at the same time, for somebody that's just starting out, it is a lot harder to come up with, $600 to $800 a cow. So don't forget to just check out our friend Jaslyn and her family. They're great people. They know what they're doing. Like I said, they can answer all your questions. They also have some other stuff. They do have pigs that they sell. Pretty sure they've already sold them all, but they're like micro piggies. I don't know for sure. And I think they have some goats maybe. I don't know if they still have any left, but we're gonna come out here and show you our little garden that we've got set up. So this is our garden. We've got it all fenced in. We still, don't have the best door. We're gonna get that fixed, but this is our garden, of course. Right now it's grass. We haven't had much success because we did move out here in June, and by the time we got everything planted, the drought came in and we just weren't able to keep it, wet enough. So we have 2, maybe 3 plants out here. One I'm not really sure is a plant. It may actually be a weed, and we just weren't sure, so we kept it, but like 90% positive now, because I kind of think that was where we planted cucumbers, and that's definitely not a cucumber plant. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, that's not a cucumber plant. So we're going to pull it up, but it's growing good. So, we are not too rushed because we haven't started our next planting season. We still got to go in and weed. It's going to rain, so we'll get in there and do that. It's so much easier to weed everything out once it's nice and wet. So it's gonna start raining tomorrow and rain for the next couple of days. So we'll get it taken care of then and hopefully get some more seeds in. This is our cantaloupe. It's one of the ones that grew, and then a pumpkin. It's not doing as good as the cantaloupe. Shocking, because I've always thought cantaloupe was hard to grow. But, you know, it was just a try, just to see if anything was going to grow. We do have a fig tree that we brought from our other house that we had. One of our good friends has a fig tree, and they got us a clipping, and so we've had it in a pot for about a year. So we planted it, and then we've got 2 lemon trees. One is clearly doing way better than the other. They're actually the same age. They were planted at the same time. We cut up a lemon and planted some seeds and kept 2 plants and gave away other plants for gifts. And one just hasn't grown much. And then this one's really grown a whole lot since we moved here, especially right in here. But we will have some lemons hopefully in the next year or 2. I'm not really sure. I guess it just depends on how well it takes to the ground, really, because they're on their 2-year mark, so it's a give or take. And then, like I said, we're going to fence in out there for, excuse the mower, I ran out of gas. But don't tell anybody. I'm just kidding. I mean, I really did run out of gas. But we are going to fence in. We've got some of these trees, but the drought really killed them. We didn't plant them, luckily, so we're not out money on the trees. We do plan on planting quite a bit of trees. We're going to add quite a bit of fruit trees, but we're going to fence in a nice big chunk. So from the chicken coop all the way over to our fence line and then all the way back. That's all going to be for the chickens, because we've not only got chickens, we've got the ducks and the turkeys and the guineas in there. So we want to make sure we have plenty of room. And then we do want to, once we get that all set up, we're going to put some bees right here and then add a bunch more fruit trees. So the original garden when we moved in was from the front row, the front line of that fence, all the way to back here. But we don't need that much. Maybe in the future we will, but as of right now, we're just not using that much. Especially when we're still trying to figure out what's going to grow here and what's not, you know, what we need to fertilize and everything. Because, like I said, we just moved. We're just kind of testing the waters. We are going to get some more crops put in here in the next week or 2. So that way we do have something to show for. But we do have big plans, you know. We appreciate everybody for watching. We want to make sure you hit the like button and subscribe to our channel, but also share with others. We want to continue to grow, and, you know, any advice is welcome. We know we have a lot of things we need to work on. So we will definitely look at the comments and read the comments and work on what we can. But he has finished this, so we're going to check back in on our happy little calves here. Look at that. Already laying down. Loving it. Look at that. Oh, yeah. So this is Coco, and this is Susie Q. And we want to make sure that you don't forget to reach out about calves if you're looking for some calves. Like I said, sometimes she has yearlings and some older ones, so just comment in the comments and we can get you linked up with her. We're also going to put her information in the comments for you guys, and we are going to share this link on our Facebook page and tag her in it, so that way, you know, you can get to her that way. Our Facebook page is Gantz Homesteading. It's the same as our YouTube page. And that's all we have for today, guys. Like I said, thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, and share for us. We'll see you next time. Bye.